Shalom, I'm YahNatan Yasharal. You may know me as the reader from Israelites Gathering, and on my recent trip from Israel, before leaving New York, I had the opportunity to link up with Lexx, a premier scholar in the Israelite community. Although it was an impromptu interview, Lexx certainly didn't disappoint, giving his personal insights about nation building and some messianic discourse, heading the topic of his new book, the Messiah Codex. Here's more.
Yeah. Shalom Israel, shalom, shalom, shalom. Salute. My brother drove all the way from Atlanta to come through, so definitely gotta say peace and love to him. He brought his queen with him. I see they had a beautiful time in Israel. I'm on go time right now, and I'm even let you throw some questions at me if you have some questions. Let's do a little something.
Personally, what do you feel is the most needful thing for our community during this time?
Unity. Unity is the most important thing for all Israel. At this particular junction in our growth. We have so many different views in Israel, but akin to the flags that we flew, no one tribe flew the same flag. No one tribe had the same banner. Every tribe had its own gift, its own talent, its own drive. The Torah is what united us. So we may come back with different views, but the ultimate thing is that we understand that there's one God. We understand that his name is Yahuwah or Yehovah, Yahweh, however you want to say it. And we understand that his Torah is to be kept. You know what I mean? Outside of that, anything that hinders our growth is us. You know what I mean? Because the thing that's supposed to unite us as a people is Torah. So I think right now the thing that is most important is our unity. Rather than argue over how fringes should be worn, rather argue over how a beard should look, how a sister's dress should look. We should really come together and talk about how are we going to socialize in the midst of this community of Israelites and bring this truth to the world. That's the most important thing right now, because the entire world is against us and clearly we against each other. That makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Wonderful, wonderful. I like that response. And I'm not gonna draw this out. Just came to get that 1-2 punch.
All right, all
and
right.
do our thing. So the next question I have for you is any more book ideas and things of that nature that you feel?
Oh my God. So yeah, definitely. The next book that I'm dropping is entitled the Messiah Codex, where I'm sharing, thousands of years of information on the identity of the Mashiach. I'm drawing from the sages, hence why I say thousands of years. It's important for us to share our opinions and our own ideas and our own findings, but it's even more important for us to draw on the sages that actually lived in Israel, that had a commentary on the scriptures, on the time period, and in this particular juncture on the Mashiach. So I'm going to be sharing all of that within this book, and I'm going to be making a lot of people, unfortunately, in the Old Testament community, a little unhappy with my findings. I'm a person that I'm bold and courageous for truth, and I think that some of the things that I discovered over the past couple of years will reshape the thinking mainly of those in the Old Testament circle. I want to make that very important.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because that whole New Covenant, Old Covenant, Messianic, non-Messianic, that's definitely such a great topic for us to try to even get on one accord, to be able to have peaceful dialogue concerning it. And the fact that you're coming up with that book will probably make it an easier ground for all of us to step on, for those on either side to draw better conclusions.
Of course.
Whether you believe that Hamashiach came already, and you've never looked at the context. I realized that there's some that believe, Yahshua is Mashiach, but then when they got to show it and prove from the book, or prove from text, or prove it, from even secular history, they fall short. And then the reasons they believe will kind of be lacking to some extent. So it should bring context, to why they believe what they believe, or should they continue believing the way they believe.
I'll give a gist from the book right now. The New Testament says that the Mashiach hails from Galilee. When you draw from all of the oral traditions, which oral tradition is paramount to understanding Scripture, we have to first understand that before something is penned, it is spoken. It is told. All stories begin orally and then it's committed to writing. So our oral traditions actually state that the Mashiach will be hailed from Galilee, which is very important. So the oral tradition also states that the Mashiach came to deliver his people and suffer. You know, a lot of people in the Old Testament community doubt whether or not the Mashiach will go through any trials or tribulations or any kind of suffering. But the oral tradition actually enhances that point, drives that point home. And these are some of the things that I want to bring to the table, because I think that for our people who are in Old Testament circles or quote-unquote non-messianic circles, for us to really believe to ourselves that our ancestors were so wicked that they followed this one man, you know, and they made him a god, or they made him the Messiah, and it was based on nothing, would be kind of crazy for us. And we'd be actually doing our ancestors a disservice. Our ancestors must have been drawn from something, whether it was written or orally recorded, in order for them to follow this particular individual. And these are some of the things that I like to enhance and bring out. I want to show that the oral tradition actually agrees with a lot of things that were taught in the New Testament. Whether or not the New Testament Messiah is the Messiah is an issue that I deal directly with in that book. And I'm telling you, my particular community may be upset with some of my followers.
Hey, what's the name of this book that's coming out?
It's called the Messiah Codex.
Wow. He drops a huge bomb, ladies and gentlemen, again.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Brought to you live. So I'm going to make sure, you know, I put these in the avenues that it needs to go.
Absolutely.
And yo, I definitely appreciate you taking this time.
Likewise. Salute for you coming here, man. And I want to say this before we go. The next venture that I'm doing, and I'm actually almost done, is putting together a book that links the languages of the East with the languages of Africa. So I'm putting together a book that shows the connection between Hebrew, cuneiform, and the Meta, which is the hieroglyphics.
You see them deciphering the Meta here.
Oh yeah, I'm big on that. I'm big on showing the historical connection between all of these languages. And when we look at the grammar structure of all of these languages, they're purely identical, which is why linguists classify the hieroglyphs as a Western or even Eastern Semitic language, because the grammar is exactly the same, which means that it's a common source, a common origin.
That's deep. Hey man, we're looking forward to that.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Thank y'all for coming through, man.
Most definitely.
All right. And I'm glad you liked and enjoyed the Matriarchs and the Covenant. I think that a lot of sisters need to read it.
Definitely.
And I definitely adjure people to just give books like that a try, because it means a lot to uplift our queens, to uplift our mothers, to talk highly of our sisters and our daughters. A nation is nothing without the women.
Yes.
Hey look, this is the first interview I've done with Zion Lexx.
Many more to come.
Yeah, and I'm definitely blown away by this been probably 3 or 4 minutes or so, and it's already been just power-packed punches and information. So I think this is a brother that should be highlighted in our community to make sure that we're getting good teaching, research teaching, and things that are backed up by our ancestors that is looking to search into. Zion, appreciate that.
Appreciate you too, brother.
Y'all be with you.